Here is the compelling new story, meticulously adapted for a Singaporean setting, while preserving its core narrative and original length, and written in perfect English. Archie Ben Hassan, the third in line to the Moroccan royal throne, was a striking 25-year-old with a perfect appearance that drove countless noble women wild. His deep emerald green eyes shone like the brightest stars in the night sky, and his prominent nose highlighted the nobility of his royal lineage. His chiseled face was unforgettable. Standing at 1.88 meters, his muscular physique was as perfectly sculpted as an ancient Greek statue. Every gesture and movement exuded an innate regal aura. Raised under the rigorous royal education of the palace, Archie mastered 8 languages and held a degree in economics from Oxford University. Yet, deep down, he felt weary of this life. Day after day, he faced either tedious state meetings or endless matchmaking arrangements for political alliances. He yearned for freedom, longing to experience the life of an ordinary person. "Your Highness, are you truly determined to study abroad in Singapore?" Samir, his personal bodyguard, asked with a worried expression. "Yes, I have decided," Archie nodded firmly. "I want to go to the National University of Singapore as an ordinary student to pursue a master's degree in Chinese studies." The royal court was aghast. The esteemed Prince of Morocco was going to study on that small island nation in Southeast Asia? His Majesty the King nearly fainted in a fit of rage. "Archie, have you lost your mind? Why abandon the prestigious universities of Europe for some Singapore?" The king roared. "Father, please believe me. I need to experience a different culture. This will greatly aid me in governing the country in the future," Archie replied respectfully, though his mind was already made up. 3 months later, at Singapore's Changi Airport, Archie, dressed in a simple t-shirt and jeans, pushed his luggage cart out of the terminal. This was his first time stepping onto foreign soil as an ordinary person, without the accompaniment of bodyguards. The humid Singaporean air enveloped him, and the constant hum of traffic on the streets filled the air. Everything felt wonderfully new to him. "Wow, are you my new roommate, Archie?" a vibrant voice called out. Archie turned to see a Singaporean guy, about 1.75 meters tall, waving at him. The guy had a sunny smile, wore cheap sandals bought from a hawker center, and sported casual flip-flops, completely without pretense. "Hi, I'm Lim Zihao. You can call me Xiao Hao. Wow, you're incredibly handsome. You look like a male lead straight out of a comic book," Xiao Hao exclaimed, unable to hide his admiration. Archie was touched by this direct enthusiasm. In Morocco, no one would dare speak to him this way. "Hello, I'm Archie. Nice to meet you. Come on, come on. I'll take you to the dorm. By the way, are you hungry? Want to grab something at a hawker center first?" Xiao Hao enthusiastically suggested. Just like that, Archie began his academic life in Singapore. The Department of Chinese Studies at the National University of Singapore opened Archie's eyes. Students from all over the world gathered here, all driven by a desire to learn about Chinese culture. What surprised him most was how enjoyable the learning atmosphere was. In a classical literature class, Archie saw her for the first time. Su Yating. My goodness. This girl was simply a masterpiece. Su Yating had long, raven hair that cascaded like a waterfall. Her delicate, oval face was framed by a pair of expressive, large eyes. Her long eyelashes fluttered like butterfly wings, beautiful beyond words. What truly captivated him was her perfect physique. 1.68 meters tall, with curves that were an absolute golden ratio. Her slender waist seemed as if it could be clasped with one hand, and her long legs, subtly revealed beneath her short skirt, exuded a fatal allure with every movement. More importantly, the intellectual beauty she radiated utterly enchanted Archie. Good morning, everyone. Today, let's discuss the character of Jia Baoyu in Dream of the Red Chamber. Su Yating spoke fluently, articulating her insights in a standard Singaporean accent. Archie couldn't focus on the class content. His entire attention was drawn to this girl. Her gentle voice was like heavenly music, every word resonating in his heart. "Hey, Archie, are you paying too much attention?" Xiao Hao whispered in his ear with a mischievous grin. "Are you looking at Yating, senior? I'm telling you, she's the prettiest girl in our department. The line of guys trying to win her over could stretch from Jurong to Changi." She is who?" Archie stammered, this being the first time he had ever felt nervous because of a girl. "Su Yating, of course. She's from Singapore. Her family owns several coffee shop chains around Orchard Road, so she's quite well off. Not only is she beautiful, but she's also brilliant, the academic goddess of our department. But I hear her standards are very high. She's still single, Xiao Hao informed him. After class, Archie mustered his courage and approached Su Yating. Hello, I'm Archie, a new exchange student. Your presentation was very insightful, he tried to sound natural. Su Yating looked up at him, and for a moment, their gazes met, as if an electric current passed between them. Hello, I'm Su Yating. Your Chinese is very good. Where are you from? Her voice was as gentle as a spring breeze. I'm from Morocco, Archie replied. Wow, Morocco. That's so far away. Are there many deserts there? Su Yating's eyes sparkled with curiosity. Looking at her innocent and charming expression, Archie felt an unprecedented surge of protectiveness. This girl possessed a pure beauty, utterly unlike the noble women who constantly schemed how to climb the royal ladder. From that day on, Archie often found excuses to be near Su Yating. He would stay behind after class to discuss homework, accidentally encounter her in the library, and even coincidentally appear at her favorite coffee shop. Archie, are you perhaps interested in Yating Senior lately? Xiao Hao asked with a knowing smirk. No, we're just classmates. Archie quickly denied, but the blush on his face betrayed him. Oh, stop pretending. Do you think I can't tell? Your eyes light up every time you see Yating Senior, like a wolf spotting a bone. Xiao Hao burst into laughter. Time flew by quickly. Archie had been in Singapore for 2 months. In these 2 months, he had completely fallen in love with this land. The warmth and hospitality of Singaporeans made him feel a warmth he had never experienced before. Here, there were no complex courtly etiquettes, no political infighting, only the purest human connection. And his feelings for Su Yating grew deeper and deeper. Every time he saw her sweet smile, he felt the whole world brighten. He began to understand what love at first sight meant, what it meant to be irresistibly drawn to someone. One weekend afternoon, Xiao Hao rushed into their dorm. Archie, the weather's so good today, let's go to a wet market. A wet market? Archie asked, puzzled. Yeah, it's a traditional market, where they sell vegetables, meat, and fruits. You probably haven't seen a Singaporean wet market in Morocco, have you? It's the best place to experience Singapore's local culture, Xiao Hao explained. But Archie hesitated. As a member of the royal family, he had never been to such a place. No buts. Let's go. I guarantee it'll open your eyes. Xiao Hao pulled him out without further ado. Oh, by the way, Yating Senior is also going today. She said she needs to buy some ingredients to cook at home, Xiao Hao added with a mischievous grin. Hearing that Su Yating would be there, Archie immediately changed his attitude. What are we waiting for? Let's go. The two quickly arrived at the bustling wet market. Everything there amazed Archie. Vendors loudly hawked their fresh vegetables and fruits, neatly arranged. The air was filled with the aroma of various foods. People were dressed simply but wore sincere smiles. Archie. Xiao Hao. A familiar voice called out. Archie turned to see Su Yating approaching them, carrying a small bamboo basket. Today, she wore a simple white t-shirt and jeans, her hair casually tied in a ponytail. Her makeup-free face made her look even more pure and charming. Yating! Archie's heart instantly raced. You guys are here to buy groceries too? Archie. Is this your first time at a wet market? Are you surprised? Su Yating asked with a smile. Indeed, I'm very surprised. It's completely different from what I imagined, Archie replied honestly. Then I'll be your guide. I promise to show you the most authentic Singapore, Su Yating offered. My goodness, the goddess herself was offering to be his guide. Archie was so excited he almost jumped. The three began to stroll through the market. Su Yating led them through stall after stall, introducing Archie to various Singaporean specialty ingredients. Ah boy, this guava is very sweet. Want to try some? A friendly fruit stall, Auntie called out. Auntie, my friend is a foreigner, and it's his first time in Singapore. Please pick the sweetest one for him. Su Yating replied in fluent Singlish. The auntie smiled and handed Archie a ripe guava. Oh, this foreign boy is so handsome. Yating, is he your boyfriend? Su Yating's face immediately turned crimson. Auntie, don't talk nonsense. We're just classmates. Haha, Auntie's eyes are sharp. You two make a great couple. The auntie's eyes crinkled with laughter. Seeing Su Yating's shy reaction, a sweet feeling surged in Archie's heart. If only he could truly be her boyfriend. Continuing on, they arrived at a pork stall. Boss, 1 kati of pork belly please, Su Yating ordered expertly. All right, Yating, what delicious dish are you making today? The pork vendor chatted as he cut the meat. I'm making chicken curry for a friend. Oh, this foreign friend is so lucky. Yating's cooking is top-notch. Hearing this, Archie felt as if he could fly to the sky. Yating was going to cook for him herself. This was even more exciting than winning the lottery. After 2 hours in the wet market, Archie was completely won over by the warmth of the people. Every vendor treated them like old friends, welcoming them enthusiastically without any distance because he was a foreigner. This simple, genuine warmth moved him almost to tears, having grown up in the cold, calculated environment of the palace. Archie, what's wrong? Your eyes are red, Su Yating asked, concerned. Nothing, I'm just touched, Archie said sincerely. I've never experienced this feeling before. What feeling? The feeling of being treated like family by strangers. In my homeland, everyone keeps a lot of distance, Archie said, his thoughts drifting to the politically charged royal court. Su Yating nodded thoughtfully. That's the most beautiful thing about Singapore. Our people are very warm. We treat everyone like friends. Yating, Senior is right, Xiao Hao chimed in. Archie, have you fallen in love with Singapore? Yes, I've fallen in love with it here, Archie said, looking at Su Yating, his words implying more. That evening, Su Yating indeed cooked a feast of authentic Singaporean dishes for them. Chicken curry, Hokkien mee, and sambal kangkong. Each dish exuded an enticing aroma. Wow, Yating Senior, you're too amazing, Xiao Hao exclaimed dramatically. Oh, stop your flattery, Su Yating playfully chided, then turned to Archie. Archie, try it. See if it suits your taste. Archie picked up a piece of chicken curry and put it in his mouth, instantly captivated by the deliciousness. This was not just the taste of food, but the taste filled with love. It's so delicious, better than the palace chefs. Archie stopped mid-sentence, suddenly realizing he had let something slip. Palace chef? Su Yating looked at him, puzzled. I mean better than the best chef in my country, Archie quickly covered up. And so, Archie's life in Singapore became increasingly vibrant. He learned to take the MRT, explore hawker centers, eat laksa, and even picked up a few Singlish phrases. His relationship with Su Yating also grew closer, subtly. One moonlit night, as the two strolled near Marina Bay Sands, Archie, your family in Morocco must miss you very much, right? Su Yating asked softly. Perhaps. But I want to stay here more, Archie said, looking at her tenderly. Why? Because here, I have my most precious thing. What thing? Archie stopped, turning to face Su Yating. Under the moonlight, she looked as beautiful as a fairy. Yating, I like you. He finally mustered the courage to speak his mind. Su Yating's face instantly turned as red as an apple. What did you say? I said I like you. I've liked you since the first time I saw you. Will you be my girlfriend? Archie waited anxiously for her answer. But we come from different worlds. Su Yating lowered her head. So what? Love knows no boundaries, doesn't it? Archie gently lifted her chin. As their eyes met, everything became clear. I like you too, Su Yating whispered. At that moment, Archie felt the entire world celebrating them. He gently embraced Su Yating, inhaling the faint scent of jasmine on her. This was the happiest moment of his life. However, good times don't last forever. One morning, 3 months later, Archie was in class when he received an urgent call from Morocco. Your Highness, His Majesty the King has fallen ill. You must return home immediately. Samir's anxious voice came through the phone. Archie's face instantly turned pale. Although he often had disagreements with his father, the bond of blood made it impossible for him to be indifferent. All right, I'll arrange a flight back right away. After hanging up, Archie fell into painful contemplation. He couldn't bear to leave Singapore, and even less, Su Yating. But as a prince, he had an inescapable duty. Archie, what's wrong? You look terrible, Su Yating asked, worried. Yating, I might have to go back home. My father is ill, Archie said with difficulty. What? Then you should go back quickly. Family is most important, Su Yating said, though reluctant, she understood. But I don't want to leave you. Silly, I'm not going anywhere. You go take care of your father. I'll wait for you here, Su Yating said, bravely suppressing her tears, showing a strong smile. That night, Archie boarded the plane back home. Before leaving, he hugged Su Yating tightly, whispering in her ear, "Wait for me. When I return, we'll get married." Upon returning to Morocco, Archie was shocked by the sight before him. The palace, which had once felt so oppressive, now seemed so cold and unfamiliar. Having grown accustomed to the warm human connection in Singapore, the indifference in the palace, made him miss that beautiful island nation even more. "Archie, you're finally back," the king said. Though weak, he was happy to see his son. "Father, how are you feeling?" "Much better." "How was your time in Singapore? Did you gain anything?" the king asked. Archie was silent for a moment, then said firmly, "Father, I learned many things. I discovered that the true art of governing is not through aloof authoritarian rule, but by delving into the lives of the people and understanding their real needs." "Oh? Tell me more." The king grew interested. Over the next few days, Archie recounted in detail his experiences in Singapore. He spoke of the enthusiastic vendors in the wet markets, the sincere friendships among his classmates, and the industriousness, kindness, and multicultural inclusiveness of the Singaporean people. "Father, I believe our governance philosophy needs to change. We should be more approachable and more focused on the lives of ordinary citizens," Archie said earnestly. The king pondered Archie's words for several days. Then, he made a decision that shocked the entire royal family. "From today, we will implement pro-people policies," the king announced at a court meeting. "We will learn from Singapore's experience, establish more wet markets, and encourage grassroots cultural exchange." The ministers were dumbfounded. The esteemed Moroccan monarchy was going to learn governance experience from a small island nation. But what shocked everyone even more was yet to come. Furthermore, the king continued, "Prince Archie will serve as the newly appointed Minister of Public Welfare, responsible for promoting these reform measures." When the news spread, the entire nation of Morocco rejoiced. The people cheered, for they finally had a prince who truly understood their hardships. And in faraway Singapore, Su Yating learned of the news through the media. She jumped up excitedly. "Xiao Hao, look at the news. Archie is actually the Prince of Morocco." "What?" Xiao Hao nearly fell off his chair. "My roommate is a prince! I actually ate instant noodles with a prince!" But immediately, Su Yating grew worried again. If Archie was a prince, wouldn't the gap between them be too vast? Could the love between a commoner girl and a prince truly have a happy ending? However, what she didn't know was that Archie was, at that very moment, working tirelessly to change an entire country for her. He wanted to transform Morocco into a place as warm and welcoming as Singapore, and then bring her over to be his queen. 6 months later, Morocco underwent drastic changes. Under Archie's leadership, hundreds of wet markets were established nationwide. Government officials went to the communities weekly to understand public sentiment. The royal family also began to participate in various charitable activities. The living standards of the Moroccan people significantly improved, and the country's international standing also rose. "Son, you truly amaze me," the king praised sincerely. "That Singapore is indeed a magical place, to have changed you so much." "Father, it wasn't just Singapore that changed me. There was also a person," Archie said affectionately. "Who?" "A Singaporean girl. Her name is Su Yating. I want to marry her." The king was stunned, then burst into hearty laughter. "Good. If she can make my son so outstanding, then she is a blessing to Morocco. I approve of this marriage." 1 month later, Singapore's Changi Airport once again welcomed that handsome figure. But this time, Archie was not alone. He came with the blessings of the entire Moroccan royal family, and with a heart full of love, to greet his goddess. Yating, seeing his long-awaited beloved, Archie rushed forward and embraced her tightly. "Archie, you big liar. You pretended to be an ordinary student." Su Yating cried and laughed, hitting his chest. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you, but my feelings for you are real." Archie held her close. "Marry me, Yating. Let's contribute to the friendship between our two countries together." "I do," Su Yating agreed without hesitation. A year later, a grand wedding was held at the Moroccan royal palace. Su Yating, in a magnificent wedding gown, looked like an angel, and Archie was the happiest groom in the world. In his wedding speech, Archie said affectionately, "Thank you, Singapore, for giving me the most precious gift, not only the wife I deeply love, but also teaching me what true human connection means. From now on, Morocco and Singapore will be the closest partners." Thunderous applause erupted, and the people of both nations were moved by this cross-cultural romance. After the marriage, Su Yating became Morocco's most beloved queen. She brought Singaporean food culture to Morocco, opening the first bubble tea shop and promoting hawker center culture, allowing the Moroccan people to also experience Singapore's warm community spirit. Archie continued to push forward with his reform initiatives. He often said, "Singapore taught me what true effective governance and multicultural understanding mean, what inclusiveness and warmth are." These are the foundations of good governance. Years later, when a reporter asked Archie what magic Singapore possessed to change a prince so profoundly, Archie smiled, looking at Su Yating beside him, and said affectionately, "Singapore's magic lies in its human connection, in the simple kindness of its people. And the greatest magic of all is that it allowed me to meet the most important person in my life. The power of love can change a person, change a country, and even change the entire world." Su Yating listened, her face blushing like an 18-year-old girl, gently leaning on her husband's shoulder. Their love story continued to be written. 3 years later, in the spring, the sounds of a baby crying filled the Moroccan royal palace. Su Yating successfully gave birth to a healthy baby prince. This mixed heritage baby inherited the best genes from both parents, with Archie's deep green eyes and Su Yating's delicate features, truly a masterpiece of nature. "My little darling, welcome to this world," Su Yating murmured, caressing the infant in her arms, her eyes brimming with maternal love. "He looks so much like you, Archie," Archie said, gazing tenderly at his wife and son. "What name should we give him?" "Let's call him Singmo," Su Yating suggested, representing the friendship between Singapore and Morocco. "Singmo, that's a wonderful name." Archie kissed his wife's forehead excitedly. The birth of the little prince immersed all of Morocco in joy. People spontaneously celebrated in the streets, knowing that this child symbolized the beginning of a new era. And in faraway Singapore, Xiao Hao, upon hearing the news, immediately posted on social media, "My roommate's son is a prince. Does that make me a prince's uncle? Haha." This post was instantly shared tens of thousands of times. Singaporean netizens were all proud of this serendipitous tale. As the little prince grew, Archie's reform efforts succeeded. Under his leadership, Morocco's economy rapidly developed, and its democratization process steadily advanced. International media widely reported on this prince, transformed by Singapore, calling him the most visionary monarch of the 21st century. "Your Highness, your approval rating has reached 98%. His secretary excitedly reported to Archie. "This is all thanks to what Singapore taught me," Archie said humbly. "The hearts of the people are the true power." One sunny afternoon, Su Yating was in the palace garden, teaching 3-year-old Singmo to speak Chinese. "Mama, why are my eyes like Papa's, but my hair is like yours?" little Singmo asked innocently. "Because you have both Singaporean and Moroccan blood. You are the most special little prince," Su Yating explained with a smile. "Then when I grow up, can I visit Singapore?" "Of course you can. Mama's homeland welcomes you." Just then, Archie rushed into the garden, a triumphant look on his face. "Yating, good news! The United Nations has just passed our proposal," he said excitedly. "What proposal?" Su Yating asked curiously. "The Singapore-Morocco Friendship Bridge Project. The UN decided to use our cross-cultural marriage as a model to promote exchange and cooperation between different cultures. This means more Singaporean students will study in Morocco, and more Moroccan students will experience the culture of Singapore." Su Yating's eyes welled up with tears. "Really? That's wonderful." Not only that, the UN also decided to establish an International Cultural Exchange Day on this very day each year to commemorate our meeting, Archie continued. Little Singmo, though not fully understanding what the adults were saying, clapped his hands in delight, seeing his parents so happy. That evening, the entire nation of Morocco celebrated the good news. Television stations aired special programs reviewing the love story of Archie and Su Yating. In the program, the host interviewed the fruit stall auntie from the wet market from all those years ago. "Auntie, did you predict they would end up together back then?" "Oh, I knew it the moment I saw them." That foreign boy's eyes looked at her like she was a treasure, and Yating, though shy, had love in her eyes too. The auntie's eyes crinkled with laughter. "Old folks are very good at reading people. And what are your thoughts now?" "I feel very proud. Our Singaporean wet market actually changed a prince and changed a country. This shows that the human connection of Singaporeans is the most precious thing." At the same time, Xiao Hao in Singapore also accepted an interview. "Did you ever think Archie was a prince back then?" the reporter asked. "Not at all. He was just like any ordinary student. He'd eat instant noodles and play video games with me. The only difference was that he was exceptionally polite and very caring," Xiao Hao recalled. "But looking back now, he did have a unique aura about him." "What do you think made him change so much?" "I think it was Singapore's human connection. And Yating, Senior's love," Xiao Hao said earnestly. "Love truly can change a person, making them better. And this land of Singapore has a magic that makes everyone who comes here feel warmth." 5 years later, the little Prince Singmo was 8 years old, speaking fluent Chinese and Arabic. That summer, he finally fulfilled his wish and came to Singapore with his parents. Wow, is this Mama's homeland? It's so beautiful. Singmo excitedly looked at the cityscape of Singapore. Yes, this is the place that changed Papa's destiny, Archie said with emotion. They first visited the National University of Singapore and the classroom where Archie had attended classes. Papa, was this where you first met Mama? Singmo asked curiously. Yes, Mama sat in that very seat back then, as beautiful as an angel, Archie said, pointing to Su Yating's former seat. Next, they went to the wet market that had changed everything. Although many years had passed, the market was still bustling. Many vendors were still there. Archie! Yating! You're back! The fruit stall auntie immediately recognized them. Though over 80 years old, her spirit was still vibrant. Auntie! Su Yating excitedly stepped forward and hugged the old woman. Oh, this is the little prince. He's so handsome, just like his father. The auntie looked at Singmo affectionately. Hello, auntie, Singmo greeted in perfect Singlish. Wow, he can even speak Singlish. What a good boy. The auntie's mouth curved into a wide smile. That afternoon, the market vendors spontaneously held a welcome party for the family of 3. Everyone sat together, sharing various delicacies, just like a warm, big family. Archie, you're a big shot now, but in our eyes, you're still that innocent young man who first came to Singapore, the pork butcher said with emotion. Yes, Singapore will always be my second home, Archie replied sincerely. That night, they stayed at Su Yating's parents' home. Su Baba and Su Mama, seeing their daughter and her family of 3 return, cried tears of joy. Yating, how are you doing in Morocco? Su Mama asked, concerned. Very well. Archie is very good to me. He even built a special Singaporean cuisine kitchen for me, Su Yating said sweetly. That's good, Su Baba nodded, relieved. Archie is a good man. We're very confident in trusting our daughter to him. Mama, Papa, thank you for raising such a wonderful daughter, Archie said gratefully. Without Yating, I wouldn't be who I am today. Grandpa, Grandma, I want to learn how to make bubble tea, Singmo said playfully. Ha ha, all right. Grandma will teach you how to make the most authentic bubble tea, Su Mama said, dotingly stroking her grandson's head. At that moment, 3 generations sat together, their faces beaming with happiness. This was the warmth of home. This was the most beautiful human connection of Singapore. The month-long trip to Singapore ended, but this journey planted a seed in Singmo's heart. Upon returning to Morocco, he told his father, Papa, when I grow up, I want to contribute to the friendship between our 2 countries, just like you. Good boy. I'm very proud that you have such an ambition, Archie said, hugging his son with contentment. 10 years later, 25-year-old Prince Archie was officially crowned, becoming the youngest king in Moroccan history, and Su Yating became a beloved queen. At the coronation ceremony, Archie delivered a moving speech. My fellow Moroccans, today I officially become your king, but what I want to say is that what truly changed and shaped me was not the power and status of the royal family, but the human connection taught to me by Singapore and the power of love. 15 years ago, I was a lost prince, unsure how to govern the country. But Singapore's wet markets taught me what it means to be down to earth. My classmates in Singapore taught me what genuine friendship means. And my queen, Yating, used her love to make me understand what responsibility and commitment truly entail.